Ladies and gentlemen, imagine standing at a crossroads, looking ahead at a future filled with potential. A future where your life is drastically different from where it is right now. What if I told you that in just 6 months you could experience a transformation so profound that you would hardly recognize the person you are today? It's not a pipe dream. It's a tangible reality, available to anyone willing to do the work. 6 months is all it takes for you to turn your life around, but only if you understand and embrace the secrets that make lasting change possible. The person you are today is not the person you have to be tomorrow. Your past does not define you, your circumstances do not limit you, and your current state is simply a reflection of the decisions you've made up until now. The key to change begins with deciding to take full responsibility for your life. You must stop blaming your job, your environment, your upbringing, or anyone else. Once you take ownership, you unlock your greatest power, the ability to shape your future. No one else is going to come and do it for you. The question is, will you rise to the occasion and do the work? The most powerful results come from small, consistent actions performed every single day. It's easy to make big plans and set big goals, but without daily action, those dreams will stay as just that, dreams. To see your life change in 6 months, you must commit to doing the work day in and day out. You see, the people you surround yourself with are either lifting you up or holding you down. If you want to change your life, you need to be around people who push you, inspire you, and challenge you to be better. The right environment will nourish your growth, while the wrong environment will keep you stuck. If you want to change the people and places you spend your time with. Your growth, your skills, and your mindset are the most valuable assets you have. Invest in yourself, read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, and seek mentorship. When you grow on the inside, the world on the outside will start to change in ways you can't even predict. It's not enough to simply have dreams, you need a roadmap. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Break them down into daily, weekly, and monthly actions. And remember, each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. You're going to face setbacks. Life will throw obstacles in your path. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is their ability to bounce back. Resilience is the difference between staying down when you're knocked down or rising again, stronger than before. When you appreciate what you have and focus on what's going right, you open the door for even greater opportunities. Gratitude shifts your mindset from lack to abundance, and with this shift, you'll attract more success, happiness, and wealth into your life. Inspired action is one thing to have great plans, but action is the true test. You must step out of your comfort zone and face your fears. Taking action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect circumstances. Start today, and the universe will conspire to help you along the way. If you want to change your life, the very first thing you must do is take full responsibility for it. It's not easy, but it's the starting point for any transformation. So often we like to look around and blame circumstances, other people, or even the world for where we are. It's easy to point fingers and play the victim, to say, it's my boss's fault, it's my parents' fault, or I didn't have the right opportunities. But here's the truth: as long as you continue to make excuses, you'll remain stuck exactly where you are. The moment you take responsibility for your life, something remarkable happens. You step into your own power. You stop being a passive observer, waiting for things to happen to you, and instead you become the active creator of your own future. You realize that you control your choices, your actions, and your mindset. No one else is responsible for your success but you. When you take responsibility, you no longer let circumstances dictate your outcome. You understand that it's not about where you come from, but where you're going. The rich or the poor, the young or the old have one thing in common: they decide to take responsibility for their own lives. They stop waiting for the right moment or the perfect conditions. They understand that success is built on the small, everyday decisions they make. Now, taking responsibility isn't just about admitting what's gone wrong. It's about owning your entire life, the good, the bad, and everything in between. You don't just look at your failures and say, it's my fault, but you also look at your victories and say, that's my doing too. When you claim both your successes and your shortcomings, you become empowered. You stop looking for excuses and start creating solutions. You see, life will always throw challenges your way. That's not the issue. The issue is how you respond to them. If you continue to let the circumstances around you determine your fate, you will always feel like a leaf in the wind, blown wherever life takes you. But when you take full responsibility, you take back control. You start asking yourself better questions. What can I do today to improve? How can I make this situation better? What choices do I have that will move me closer to my goals? These are the questions of someone who takes responsibility, someone who is ready to change. Taking full responsibility means no more blaming the economy, your upbringing, or the people in your life. It means understanding that your thoughts, actions, and habits determine your results. If you don't like where you are, then change what you're doing. If you don't like the direction your life is heading, take responsibility and change course. The responsibility for success, happiness, and fulfillment lies within you. Remember, it's not about waiting for the world to change for you. It's about changing yourself. It's about making the decision today to take charge of your future. You don't have to wait for permission or approval. The moment you own your life, you own your future. This is where change begins, with a simple yet powerful decision to take full responsibility for everything in your life. So stop blaming, stop making excuses, and start living as if you're in control. Because the truth is, you are. If you want to transform your life, you need to understand the power of daily disciplines. It's not the big moments that create lasting change. It's the small, consistent actions you take every single day. Success isn't built on grand gestures or one-time efforts. It's the accumulation of tiny, disciplined choices made over time that ultimately lead to extraordinary results. The key to making this work for you is simple. Decide on the habits that align with your goals and commit to them daily, no matter what. You see, it's easy to get excited about a new goal. We all start with enthusiasm, ready to conquer the world. But enthusiasm alone doesn't produce results. Consistency does. It's easy to work hard for a few days or even a few weeks, but can you maintain that effort day in and day out, even when the novelty fades? That's where true transformation happens, when you push forward, even when the initial excitement wears off and when life gets in the way. If you want to change, you need to develop the habit of doing the little things every day that move you closer to your dreams. It's as simple as reading a few pages of a good book each morning, writing down your goals, exercising for just a few minutes a day, or taking the time to invest in yourself. These things don't seem like much on their own, but when you consistently do them day after day, they compound. Over time, they will become the foundation of your success. Look at it this way: you can't expect to eat one healthy meal and suddenly be in great shape. You can't work out for 1 week and expect to be strong. Similarly, you can't read a single book and expect to become a master in your field. It's the commitment to daily action that moves you toward mastery. It's the daily discipline of doing the right things over time that leads to progress. But let's be clear, the most important part of developing daily disciplines isn't just what you do, it's how you do it. It's the attitude you bring to every single action. Whether it's something big or small, doing it with excellence, with intention, and with purpose is what makes the difference. This isn't about going through the motions. It's about giving your best effort, no matter how small the task seems. If you bring a high level of commitment to the little things, the bigger results will come. Success doesn't happen overnight, but the habits you build today will determine who you are tomorrow. Each day that you show up, do the work, and stick to your disciplines, you're building a future version of yourself that is far stronger, far more capable, and far more successful than who you are today. And the more consistent you become, the more you'll find yourself on the path to your goals. Your confidence will grow, your skills will improve, and you'll start to see the fruits of your labor. So don't fall for the myth of quick fixes or overnight success. There are no shortcuts to lasting change. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when it's hard. Because success, wealth, health, and happiness aren't given to the lucky few, they're earned by the disciplined. The person who shows up every day, does the right things consistently, and stays committed to the process even when they don't feel like it, is the one who will eventually reach their goals. The secret is in the small daily actions that, over time, compound into massive results. It's your ability to build the right habits and stick to them, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging. This is where success begins, with the simple, everyday disciplines that will shape your future. And the good news is, you're in control. You can decide today to develop the daily habits that will change your life forever. All you have to do is start. If you want to change your life, one of the most important things you can do is guard your environment. The people you associate with, the places you frequent, and the content you expose yourself to are shaping your thoughts, your behaviors, and ultimately your results. Whether you realize it or not, your environment is either helping you grow or holding you back. If you surround yourself with negativity, mediocrity, and excuses, don't be surprised when your results reflect that. On the other hand, if you deliberately choose to surround yourself with people, places, and influences that encourage growth, challenge you, and inspire you, then your chances of success dramatically increase. You must understand that your environment is more than just physical space. It includes the people you spend time with, the conversations you engage in, the media you consume, and the way you think. If you're constantly exposed to negativity, whether it's through gossip, complaints, or pessimistic attitudes, those influences will creep into your own mindset. They'll affect the way you see the world, the way you see yourself, and the way you take action. But if you're surrounding yourself with individuals who are positive, ambitious, and motivated, you'll start to think more positively, act more purposefully, and move toward your goals with greater determination. Look at the people in your life right now. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Are they encouraging you to be your best, or are they content with the status quo? The truth is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your closest friends are complaining about life, making excuses, and settling for less, that mindset will begin to seep into your own way of thinking. You'll start to make excuses, settle for mediocrity, and justify why you can't achieve the things you desire. On the other hand, if your circle is made up of individuals who are striving for excellence, constantly learning and pushing each other to be better, you'll adopt those same habits and attitudes. Their success will inspire you to level up in your own life. This is why it's critical to carefully choose who you let into your inner circle. Your environment is like fertile soil. If you plant seeds of greatness in poor soil, they won't grow. But if you plant those same seeds in rich, nurturing soil, they'll thrive. You need to create an environment that nourishes your potential, that challenges you to grow, and that inspires you to take action. You do that by surrounding yourself with the right people, spending time in places that fuel your ambition, and engaging with content that pushes you toward growth. But guarding your environment isn't just about who you're around, it's also about what you expose yourself to on a daily basis. The books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the videos you watch, these things all shape your mindset. If you're constantly consuming media that reinforces negativity, fear, or limitation, then that's what your mind will be filled with. But if you choose to fill your mind with information that educates, empowers, and inspires, you'll start to see the world through a different lens. You'll start thinking bigger, acting bolder, and striving for more because you're constantly feeding your mind with ideas that push you forward. And it's not just about external influences, it's also about creating a space for yourself that fosters creativity, focus, and productivity. Your environment includes the space you work in, the routines you follow, and the systems you put in place to keep yourself on track. If your space is cluttered, chaotic, or distracting, that will affect your ability to focus and perform at your highest level. But if you create a space that is clean, organized, and conducive to the work you need to do, you'll find it much easier to stay on task and be productive. Understand this: your environment is either making you stronger or weaker. It's either accelerating your progress or hindering it. The people you associate with, the content you consume, the places you spend time, they're all contributing to your personal growth or slowing it down. If you want to change your life, you have to take control of your environment. You need to consciously curate the people, the places, and the influences that will empower you to grow and succeed. The choice is yours. You can either keep waiting for the world to change around you, or you can take charge and create the environment that will make your dreams possible. The power to guard your environment and shape it to your advantage is in your hands. Make the decision to surround yourself with positivity, growth, and success, and watch as your life transforms. If you want to achieve anything worthwhile in life, you must make a conscious decision to invest in personal development. This is the one investment that will always pay the highest dividends. You can invest in stocks, real estate, or businesses, but there is no greater return on investment than the one you make in yourself. Your skills, your knowledge, and your mindset are the most valuable assets you have. If you want to increase your value in the marketplace and become a person capable of achieving great things, you must prioritize your own growth, day in and day out. The truth is, life doesn't just happen to you. It happens because of you. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of the person you are becoming. If you're not growing, you're not moving forward. And if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. The world is constantly changing, and if you don't take the time to develop yourself, you'll get left behind. This is why it's critical to make personal development a non-negotiable part of your life. The best part is, this is an investment that you control. Unlike the stock market or the economy, no one can take your growth from you. So how do you invest in yourself? It starts with the commitment to learning and expanding your knowledge. This doesn't mean just waiting for opportunities to learn. It means actively seeking out knowledge that will help you grow. Read books, listen to audiobooks and podcasts, attend seminars, watch videos, or even take courses. The most successful people in the world are the ones who never stop learning. They're always looking for ways to improve, to enhance their skills, and to become better versions of themselves. This investment isn't limited to just acquiring knowledge. It's about putting that knowledge into action. It's one thing to read a book or listen to a motivational speaker, but if you don't apply what you learn, you're not truly investing in yourself. The value comes from taking the information and putting it into practice. Each new skill, each new idea you acquire is a tool in your toolbox. If you don't use those tools, you're not fully realizing your potential. And personal development isn't just about expanding your knowledge base. It's about expanding your mindset. You must develop the mental toughness, the resilience, and the emotional intelligence to handle the challenges life throws at you. It's about becoming someone who is capable of overcoming obstacles and staying focused on the long-term vision no matter the setbacks. Your ability to manage your thoughts, emotions, and actions in the face of adversity is what will ultimately determine your success. Don't neglect your physical development either. If you want to be productive, energetic, and focused, you need to take care of your body. The body and the mind are intertwined. When you treat your body well through exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest, your mind becomes sharper, your focus becomes more intense, and your energy levels increase. You can't perform at your best if you're not in good shape. Physical health and mental health go hand in hand. Another essential aspect of personal development is learning how to manage your time effectively. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure, and how you use it will make all the difference. Time management isn't about being busy, it's about being productive. It's about focusing on what matters most and avoiding distractions that don't contribute to your growth. The more you learn how to manage your time, the more you'll be able to accomplish. When you focus on the right things and eliminate the wrong things, you create more opportunities for yourself. But it's not just about knowledge and skills, it's also about developing the right attitudes and habits. If you want to be successful, you need to develop the habits of successful people. This means being disciplined, staying committed, and showing up every single day. It means making sacrifices and putting in the work, even when it's difficult. Success isn't about making one big leap, it's about the small, consistent actions you take day in and day out. And those actions, when compounded over time, create massive results. Lastly, invest in your relationships. No matter how skilled or knowledgeable you become, you can't do it alone. The people you surround yourself with will either help you elevate your potential or drag you down. Take the time to build meaningful relationships with others who share your values, your vision, and your commitment to growth. A strong network can provide you with mentorship, guidance, support, and opportunities that you wouldn't have access to on your own. And just as importantly, invest in being the kind of person who adds value to others. The more you give, the more you'll receive. The good news is, personal development doesn't require vast amounts of time or money to get started. All it takes is the decision to prioritize it, the willingness to invest your time, effort, and resources, and the commitment to keep growing. It doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. The more you invest in yourself, the more you'll increase your capacity to create the life you want. This investment pays off not just in material wealth, but in personal fulfillment, emotional resilience, and the ability to contribute to the lives of others in meaningful ways. Remember, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. It will always pay the best returns. And if you commit to this investment, you will find that your life will improve in ways you never thought possible. The person you are today is not the person you have to be tomorrow. If you commit to learning, growing, and evolving, there is no limit to what you can achieve. If you want to change your life and achieve the success you desire, you need to set clear, actionable goals. Goals are the map that guides you from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. Without clear goals, you're simply wandering through life, reacting to circumstances rather than creating the life you want. Goals give you direction. They tell you where to go and, more importantly, how to get there. It's easy to say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy, but those are vague and undefined. Success is not a destination, it's a series of specific actions and achievements. Happiness doesn't just show up by chance, it's the result of intentional decisions and actions. The first step in achieving anything is to get clear on exactly what you want. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to be healthier. Instead, say, I will lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months by exercising 3 times a week and eating a balanced diet. The more specific you are, the clearer the path becomes. Once you've clarified your goal, the next step is to break it down into smaller, actionable steps. It's not enough to just know what you want, you need to figure out how you're going to get there. Big goals can seem overwhelming, but when you break them down into smaller, manageable tasks, they become far less daunting. For example, if your goal is to write a book, don't focus on the entire book at once. Break it down into daily or weekly writing goals, 500 words a day, 3 pages a week. Each small action you take is a step closer to achieving your ultimate goal. Here's the key, every goal should have a deadline. If there's no deadline, there's no urgency. And if there's no urgency, it's easy to procrastinate, to put things off, and to let distractions derail you. A deadline focuses your energy and attention. It forces you to take action and hold yourself accountable. Deadlines create momentum. When you know you have to complete a task by a certain date, you stop making excuses and start making progress. But a deadline is only as powerful as the plan you put behind it. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You need to map out the steps necessary to reach that goal and then commit to following through, no matter what. This is where discipline comes in. It's one thing to set a goal, but it's quite another to stay committed to it day in and day out. Success doesn't happen because you set goals. It happens because you consistently take action toward those goals, no matter how small the steps may seem. To be truly effective in achieving your goals, you need to be accountable to yourself and to others. Share your goals with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a coach. When you verbalize your goals, it makes them more real. It also creates a level of accountability that encourages you to stay on track. When you're accountable to someone else, it's harder to make excuses or back out of your commitments. You're more likely to follow through because you don't want to let them or yourself down. Another important part of goal setting is to visualize your success. Take a few moments every day to imagine what your life will look like once you've achieved your goals. Feel the emotions of success. Picture yourself living the life you're working toward. Visualization is a powerful tool because it reinforces your commitment and strengthens your belief in what's possible. When you visualize success, you begin to believe it's within reach. And when you believe it, you're more motivated to take the necessary actions to make it happen. But let's not forget that setbacks will come. No journey toward a goal is without obstacles. There will be challenges, failures, and moments when you feel like giving up. This is where your resilience comes into play. You have to stay committed to your goals, even when the road gets tough. Every setback is a learning opportunity, a chance to refine your approach and grow stronger. Don't let a temporary failure define your future. Instead, use it as fuel to keep pushing forward. It's also important to track your progress along the way. When you measure your progress, you can see how far you've come, which gives you the motivation to keep going. Without tracking, it's easy to lose sight of your progress and get discouraged. Celebrate the small victories, even the tiny ones. When you hit milestones along the way, whether it's losing your first 5 pounds, writing the first chapter of your book, or completing your first week of a new habit, take a moment to appreciate your effort. These small wins build momentum and keep you moving toward your larger goal. Lastly, remember that your goals should always be aligned with your values and your purpose. When your goals resonate deeply with what truly matters to you, you'll find the motivation to push through even the most difficult times. If your goals aren't aligned with your true desires, it's easy to lose steam or get distracted. But when you set goals that are meaningful, that reflect your passions and your vision for your life, you'll find a well of energy and determination that will keep you going. So the next time you set a goal, get crystal clear on what you want. Break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Give yourself a deadline, create a plan, and hold yourself accountable. Visualize your success, track your progress, and most importantly, never give up. Success is not an accident, it's the result of setting clear, actionable goals and following through with relentless commitment. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you set your goals. Do this, and you'll find that the life you've dreamed of is closer than you think. If you want to truly succeed in life, you need to master resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, twists and turns, and obstacles that can feel overwhelming at times. But it's not the challenges themselves that define your success, it's how you respond to them. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to rise again when life knocks you down, and to keep going despite the setbacks and difficulties you may face. The people who master resilience are the ones who, no matter what happens, stay committed to their goals and continue moving forward. The reality is, you will face tough times. There's no way around it. The road to success is rarely smooth, and at some point, everyone experiences failure, disappointment, or hardship. The key, though, is not avoiding these challenges, but learning how to handle them when they come. Resilience is about being able to endure through adversity and still keep your eyes on the prize. It's about developing a mindset that no matter how difficult things may get, you refuse to quit. Resilience starts with the way you see challenges. Most people view obstacles as something to be avoided, feared, or defeated, but resilient people see challenges differently. They don't see setbacks as permanent roadblocks, they see them as opportunities for growth, learning, and development. Every challenge you face is a chance to become stronger, smarter, and better. It's through adversity that we find our true potential. The person you become as a result of the challenges you overcome is often more valuable than the goal itself. So how do you build resilience? First, you must accept that setbacks are part of the process. No one achieves anything great without facing failure or hardship along the way. It's inevitable. The key is not to take failure personally. Failure doesn't define you. It's simply part of the journey. If you can shift your mindset and see failure as feedback, you'll be able to move forward much faster. The most successful people aren't the ones who've never failed, they're the ones who failed the most and kept going. Building resilience also means cultivating patience and perseverance. There's no such thing as an overnight success. The world doesn't hand out rewards for the people who give up after the first try. The real winners are those who keep showing up, day after day, even when things get tough. Resilience isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing it consistently. It's about having the grit to keep moving forward when the journey gets rough and the finish line feels far away. Another important aspect of resilience is emotional control. Life is full of surprises, and sometimes things will happen that trigger strong emotions: anger, frustration, sadness, or even fear. How you manage those emotions will make all the difference. Resilient people don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They acknowledge their feelings, but they don't let them control their decisions. Instead of letting negativity take hold, they find ways to refocus, recalibrate, and keep moving toward their goals. Emotional control is a key to staying grounded and not letting setbacks derail you. Equally important is maintaining a sense of purpose and direction. When times get tough, it's easy to lose sight of why you're doing what you're doing. But your purpose is the anchor that keeps you steady in the storm. The clearer you are about your why, the more resilient you'll become. When you have a deep sense of purpose, you can weather any storm because you know what you're working toward. You'll find the strength to push through difficulties, knowing that every obstacle you overcome brings you closer to your bigger vision. It's also crucial to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally in the process. Resilience isn't just about mental toughness, it's about being strong in every area of your life. When you take care of your body, exercise regularly, eat healthy, and rest, you have more energy and focus to handle life's challenges. Resilient people understand the connection between physical health and mental resilience. You can't expect to be strong mentally if you're not also looking after your physical well-being. Building resilience requires a holistic approach, nurturing your mind, body, and spirit to handle whatever life throws your way. And finally, one of the most powerful ways to build resilience is by surrounding yourself with the right people. You need a support system, people who will lift you up when you're feeling down, encourage you when you're doubting yourself, and remind you of your capabilities when you want to quit. Resilience isn't just about standing alone, it's about knowing when to reach out for help and having people around you who can offer perspective, advice, and encouragement. Life is easier when you don't have to face it alone. Resilience is about maintaining your focus, your energy, and your commitment to your goals, no matter what happens along the way. It's about developing a mindset that turns challenges into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Life will throw everything at you: tough situations, disappointment, heartbreak, and failure. But how you respond to those things will determine the life you create. The more resilient you become, the more unstoppable you become. And when you develop true resilience, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So embrace life's challenges, welcome the adversity. Understand that every difficulty you face is just a part of the process. The road may not always be easy, but the strength you gain from overcoming the obstacles is worth it. Master resilience, and you'll master life itself. One of the most powerful and transformative habits you can adopt is the practice of gratitude and abundance. This isn't just about saying thank you when things go well or when people do something nice for you. No, true gratitude goes deeper. It's about developing a mindset that appreciates every single thing in your life: the good, the bad, the challenges, and the opportunities. Gratitude is about shifting your focus from what's missing to what's present, from what's lacking to what you already have. When you make gratitude a daily practice, it changes the way you see the world and, more importantly, the way you experience life itself. Most people, unfortunately, tend to focus on what they don't have or what's not going right. They spend their time worrying about the things they lack: money, success, recognition, and they let those perceived shortcomings overshadow everything else. But let me tell you something, the more you focus on what's missing, the more you'll feel that lack in your life. Your thoughts shape your reality. When you focus on scarcity, you create more scarcity. But when you focus on abundance, you start attracting abundance. It's that simple. Gratitude is the bridge between what you have now and the abundance that's waiting for you in the future. Gratitude changes your mindset. It trains your mind to see the positive in every situation. When you practice gratitude, you start noticing all the little things you've been taking for granted: your health, your family, the roof over your head, the opportunities that come your way, the lessons you've learned. You begin to see your life through a different lens. You realize that you already have so much, and from that place of appreciation, you're able to attract more of what you want. This is the essence of abundance. Abundance isn't just about having more stuff, it's about having a mindset that recognizes that the world is full of opportunities, possibilities, and blessings. The truth is, you can't attract more good into your life if you're not grateful for what you already have. If you're always focused on what's wrong or what's missing, you'll stay stuck in a cycle of lack. But when you shift your focus to the good, even if it's just small things at first, your energy changes. You begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. You attract more things to be grateful for. It's a law of the universe. What you focus on expands. If you focus on scarcity, you'll get more of it. But if you focus on abundance, you'll begin to see abundance everywhere. Practicing gratitude isn't just about feeling thankful, it's about expressing it. When you express gratitude, whether through a simple thank you, a note, or even just an inner acknowledgement, you're reinforcing the idea that there is more than enough in your life. You're telling the universe that you are open to receiving. The more you give thanks for what you have, the more you open yourself to the flow of abundance. Gratitude is a magnet. It attracts more good into your life. The more you practice it, the more you'll see your circumstances shift. But here's the real magic of gratitude. It's not just about what it can bring you. It's also about the peace it brings into your life. When you're constantly looking for things to be grateful for, you take your focus off the stress, the worries, and the problems. Gratitude brings a sense of peace and calm. It helps you appreciate the present moment no matter what's happening. It's hard to feel stressed when you're focused on everything you're thankful for. Gratitude grounds you, centers you, and brings you into alignment with your highest self. Now, let's talk about abundance. The idea of abundance is often misunderstood. Many people think abundance is only about material wealth, more money, more possessions, more success. But abundance goes beyond just physical or financial wealth. It's about abundance in every area of life: your health, your relationships, your personal growth, and your opportunities. Abundance is about knowing that there is always more than enough for you to succeed, to grow, and to experience joy. If you want to live in abundance, you must first adopt an abundance mindset. You must believe deep down that there is enough for you. Enough success, enough love, enough health, enough happiness. So many people are living in a scarcity mindset, constantly worried that there's not enough to go around. They operate from a place of fear, thinking that if someone else gets something, there won't be enough for them. But the reality is, the universe is abundant. There is always more opportunities, more wealth, more love. But you must believe that it's available to you. When you embrace an abundance mindset, you open the door to all the good that is waiting for you. Abundance isn't something that you have to chase. It's something that flows to you when you believe it's available to you. It's not about being lucky or having special privileges. It's about having the mindset that you deserve success, that there's enough opportunity, and that the world is filled with possibilities. When you believe in abundance, you begin to take action with confidence. You start seeing opportunities where others see problems. You become more open to receiving, more willing to take risks, and more capable of creating the life you want. Another key to attracting abundance is being generous. Abundance grows when you give. Whether it's your time, your knowledge, your resources, or your support, the more you give, the more you will receive. Generosity is the law of circulation. If you want to experience abundance in your life, you must be willing to contribute, to give back, and to help others. When you give without expecting anything in return, you create an energetic flow that brings more abundance into your life. It's a simple law: when you give, you get. So start right now by practicing gratitude. Every morning, take a moment to reflect on the things you're thankful for, big or small. Acknowledge the abundance already present in your life. As you do, you'll notice that your mindset shifts. You'll begin to see the good in everything and everyone. And as you focus on the abundance around you, more abundance will find its way into your life. This practice doesn't just change your outlook, it changes your entire life. The more you practice gratitude and abundance, the more you'll discover that there is more than enough for you. More than enough joy, success, health, and happiness. It's all available to you right now. All you have to do is recognize it, appreciate it, and welcome even more of it into your life. Taking massive, inspired action is the difference between having dreams and realizing them. Everyone has dreams. Everyone has goals. But only a select few actually turn those dreams into reality. The reason? It's not because those people are luckier or more talented. It's because they took massive action and they took it consistently. They didn't just talk about what they wanted to achieve. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They didn't wait for the circumstances to be just right. They acted, and they acted with intensity and purpose. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. Without action, your dreams are just wishes, and your goals are just fantasies. The world doesn't reward wishful thinking or idle talk. The world rewards people who get up, put in the work, and take deliberate steps toward what they want. Taking massive action means doing whatever it takes to get closer to your goals. It means giving it your all, even when things aren't perfect or when you don't feel like it. It means not waiting for inspiration to strike, but creating inspiration by moving forward and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. There's no substitute for action. You can read all the books you want, listen to all the podcasts, attend all the seminars, but none of that will get you any closer to your goals if you don't take action. Knowledge alone isn't power. It's only potential power. It's only when you apply that knowledge, when you take massive, focused action, that it becomes valuable. And not just any action will do. You need to take inspired action that is aligned with your goals, your vision, and your values. When you're inspired, you don't feel like you're forcing yourself to act. It comes from a place of passion, a place of commitment to your purpose. But here's the key: inspired action doesn't always mean that everything is going to be easy. In fact, many times it will feel difficult. Many times you'll face resistance, self-doubt, and obstacles. You'll encounter setbacks that make you question whether it's all worth it. That's why you need to take massive action, because the bigger the action, the bigger the impact. You can't make a small ripple and expect it to turn into a wave of success. If you want to achieve something great, you have to be willing to put in the effort, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. It's through those tough moments that your real growth happens. It's when you push through the discomfort that you become the person capable of achieving your biggest goals. Taking massive action means making progress every single day. It's about consistency. It's not about making one huge monumental leap. It's about taking one step at a time and making sure those steps are in the right direction. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how small the step. People who are successful aren't necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They're the ones who keep going. They're the ones who take massive, consistent action every single day. It's this relentless forward momentum that builds success over time. You'll hear people say, I'll take action once I feel ready or once I know exactly what to do. Then I'll move forward. But here's the thing: you will never feel 100% ready. You will never have the perfect plan. And you will never have all the answers. The truth is, you'll never know everything you need to know in advance. That's where the beauty of massive action comes in. You learn as you go. You adjust as you move forward. The clarity you seek comes from doing, not from waiting. You also need to remember that taking massive action means overcoming fear, the fear of failure, the fear of criticism, the fear of the unknown. Fear will always try to hold you back, but you must learn to use it as fuel instead of letting it paralyze you. Fear is not something to avoid, it's something to move through. Everyone who has ever accomplished anything great has had to face fear head on. The successful ones are the ones who acted in spite of that fear. They didn't wait for the fear to disappear. They took action in the fear. And that's what led them to their breakthroughs. Another important part of taking massive action is understanding that action breeds results and results breed confidence. When you take massive action, even if the results aren't immediately perfect, you start to build confidence in yourself. You start to realize that you can do it, that you are capable, and that success is within your reach. You start gaining momentum, and momentum is a powerful force. The more you act, the more you achieve, and the more you achieve, the more motivated you become to keep going. But here's something most people don't realize: taking massive action also means being willing to fail. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Every failure brings a lesson, and every lesson brings you one step closer to your goal. The more action you take, the more opportunities you create to fail, but also the more opportunities you create to learn and grow. Each failure teaches you something valuable about yourself, your strategy, and the world around you. If you embrace failure as a part of the journey, you'll start seeing it not as something to avoid, but as something to welcome. Failures are simply feedback. Taking massive, inspired action doesn't mean doing everything on your own. Sometimes it means asking for help, seeking out mentors, or collaborating with others. Don't try to do it all alone. The most successful people surround themselves with others who challenge them, support them, and help them level up. But even when you're relying on others, remember that you are the one who has to take action. You are the one who has to do the work. You are the one who must show up every day, committed to doing whatever it takes to reach your goals. So what does it look like to take massive, inspired action? It's waking up every day with a clear intention to move toward your dreams. It's pushing through the inevitable challenges, setbacks, and doubts. It's doing the uncomfortable things, the things that make you stretch, that make you grow, that make you become the person you need to be in order to achieve your goals. It's taking bold, consistent steps toward your dreams, no matter how difficult, no matter how imperfect. It's about doing and learning and growing as you go. If you want to change your life, you have to take action, not just any action, but massive, inspired action. And you need to take that action now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when it's convenient, but right now. The path to success isn't lined with good intentions, it's lined with action. So get out there, take that first step, and keep moving forward. You've got everything you need to succeed, but you'll never know that until you start moving. Action is where it all begins. So take massive action today and watch as your life begins to transform before your very eyes.